Every December, the Public Theater in Lewiston puts on its version of A Christmas Carol. Christopher Shario, who was the artistic director at the Public Theater for 30 years, adapted the play himself, which means for some audience members, it will be the first time they see the story unfold this way. I spoke with the cast about their upcoming performances to find out what makes this version of the play so special.
Merry Christmas, Uncle Scrooge!
I think this is really the essence of the story without a lot of extras to distract you from the story. It's really the heart of the tale.
It's a condensed 1 hour version. We really get to cut right to the heart of it. And I think there's a lot of wonderful productions that have a lot of the you can do a musical, you can have a lot of big sets and all that, but because it's a smaller cast, we really all get to the heart of the story much faster and just straight to the point, which I think is a really nice way to tell the story.
And the original A Christmas Carol was written by Charles Dickens in 1843, which is a very long time ago. Why do you all think that the story and its characters still resonate with people today?
Who doesn't want a second chance? Redemption, the chance to go back and get it right,
Mm-hmm.
and to take in what's happening all around you and be sympathetic to it, to understand it.
I think there's a lot of darkness in the world right now, and this story is about bringing light to this individual man, and it's a way we can all bring light to ourselves.
Dale, you play the infamous Ebenezer Scrooge, which is a character that many people are familiar with, and I'm wondering, how do you kind of infuse your own flair into that character?
Well, I'm an extremely obnoxious person.
Yeah, terrible to work with, really.
There's so many, wonderful role models in that role to choose from. So I'm sure pieces of Alistair Sim and George C. Scott and, I don't know who else, Albert Finney. I steal when I can. But I guess at this point, I just don't think about it that much. I just go with what we come up with in rehearsal and flavors of the past productions. And as McKenna said, new things come up, because it's such a dense, well-written thing.
And I know that the show we talked about has been adapted, so obviously that kind of gives it this fresh feel, but how do you, as a cast, kind of breathe new life into an old storyline?
There's a desire on the part of the actor to communicate with the audience, and the more we do that, this is why we love live theater. The more we try and get you to see our point of view, the more involved we are with you and the more life we bring to the show.
Like you said, with a live audience, it's always a little bit different every time. You're connecting with a different group of people out in the audience. So there's always something new and a different way to connect with someone that you find. I
guess doing live theater, we always think of the audience as the other character, or the last character in the piece that they feed us.
Yeah, that's something we kind of talk about often, even day one in rehearsal. It's to remember, we're telling a ghost story. So part of the our job as storytellers is to scare the audience and to bring them into this ghost story. So it's fun to interact with the audience in that sense.
Speaking of audiences, they're only going to have one weekend to come out and see you guys perform. Is it bittersweet when you only have a short run like that? Or is it nice to be able to say, okay, that was short and sweet, and now it's on to the next?
Personally, I'd love to do it longer.
I really enjoy, we do student matinees leading up to our weekend of performances as well, which is so we get to kind of condense 9 shows into 1 week. So you get to the end of it and it's a little bit of a marathon, but it's really rewarding. And sometimes you do get to the end and you're like, oh my God, it's over already. I feel like I just got here. But yeah, I enjoy it. And it's a nice way to start the holiday season. And then we get to go off and spend time with family, friends as well. So it's a really nice tradition for December.
Why do you think people should come out and see the show?
I think there's the potential for it to change your life.
Yeah.
If you really take to heart what is happening in this play, you might become a more generous, loving person.
It always seems to be a very festive atmosphere when they come here. Everybody's celebrating. So I think it's just a focal point of that celebration.
Yeah, and I think the lesson that Scrooge learns, you kind of have to get reminded of it as a human. So, you know, come see it every year. You know, you never know what happens in the year in between. So
Next year, Zombie Scrooge.
yes,
I think.
yeah.
A Christmas Carol at the Public Theater in Lewiston runs December 12th through the 14th. For tickets and more information, just visit thepublictheater.org. We'll be right back with more 207.